8:15, the time it's always been, and it's time for coffee with Kilroy. So grab a cup of Joe or whatever suits your fancy, and spend a little time with me to go over what I normally do in these segments is kind of looking at old catalogs or current catalogs or upcoming catalogs or catalogs about upcoming games in the war game space. And today I thought I'd go back to or start with dispatches from Decision Games. This is kind of Decision Games catalog or order sheet, what have you. And I believe it comes out twice a year. This is the spring of 2021. I don't think I have the fall one yet, or I haven't gotten the fall one yet. But I've got several past ones here that are like fall and fall. There's most of these are fall. There's a spring one. So I think they come out twice a year. Again, it's kind of like their version of the old Avalon Hill catalog, or kind of their version of the Compass Games type catalog. This is a little bit more of kind of newspaper-ish or flyer-ish, because you start off here. Here's an article, Carrier Aircraft by Joseph Miranda, the prolific game designer. He does a lot of games for Decision Games, or their magazines at least. But then you get into here, and there's, I'll move my coffee there. They're talking about kind of an update on Decision Games. There is kind of the release schedule, as you can see here, for 2021 and 2022. And then, again, this is the continuation of the article. Then you kind of get into some of their magazines. They publish, well, they used to publish. They published World at War, Strategy and Tactics, which is the original base of this. In fact, Strategy and Tactics magazine was kind of the progenitor of SPI games. That's what kind of started off SPI, and SPI was the one that started putting games in the magazines. And then you had Modern War. Well, I think as of a few weeks ago, they announced that or might have been longer than that, they're discontinuing Modern War. And these are magazines that come out, I believe, 4 times a year. I'm not exactly certain on that. I've never did a subscription. However, I own a lot of their games because I kind of like magazine games in the fact that they cover areas or topics or conflicts that are not normally covered or not covered extensively. So Strategy and Tactic is a gambit of military conflicts. World at War is really focusing on World War II, and then Modern War was focusing on, well, imagine that, Modern War. But I don't think they had enough subscriptions for that, so that is going the way of the dodo. And then you had a little subscription sheet here where you can sign up for that. I've thought about doing this. I thought about Strategy and Tactics. I thought about Against the Odds. I do like magazines that have games in them, but and I've got a whole piece on that. I want to check out one of my earlier segments, but just never have done that because I always look at the offerings, and there's I look at the next 4 issues, and there's 1, possibly 2 that I want, and I'm like, well, do I really want those other 2? And that's why I always kind of beg off of that. This one's coming out. They're doing a reprint of Midway Solitaire. I believe this is a reprint and making it more of a deluxe version. I believe this might have been in a magazine at one point, but so that's coming up. It's a pledge now, so I guess they kind of have their pledge system, but it's kind of hard to see that because this is black and white, but there is Midway Solitaire. And this is 2021 spring, so this is still, I guess, relatively new. I might do a piece when I do when I get the fall one in, unless I've missed it. They didn't send it to me. Corrupt Bargain. This looks like this might be more of a political game here. Battle for Germany. Here's some computer war games. And then, there's a box game cell here. D-Day Quad, Desert Fox Deluxe. There's and this is one of their signature series here, the D-Day series. Excellent series. I've got D-Day Omaha and D-Day at Tarawa. But these are really good solitaire games. when I talk about solitaire games, I had a debate not too long ago with Stigler, another war game channel. Check him out, over to play solitaire or not, and he was thinking playing solitaire is destroying the hobby, and I'm saying that it's always been around. But I think he was really focusing on playing multiplayer or two-player games solitaire, but these are designed to play solitaire. So, I don't know how Stigler will feel about that. The other thing, Stigler doesn't like decision games, has a beef with decision games I think he's got some personal history there. Decision games are a mixed bag. This is a lot of older stuff from the SPI days, because they took over a lot of the rights when SPI went under. And then, of course, they continue on with the strategy and tactics, which was always a feature of SPI. So there's a lot of old stuff here that's being reprinted. The decision games quality sometimes is a little bit off, especially in the magazine games, but I've been seeing an improvement over the magazine games. I've been seeing that get better over time. But so it's definitely, I think it's worth a look. I think there's some good games here, but they're not on the same level. They didn't take over where SPI left off, right? They're not on the same par as, GMT or Compass Games, or the really high production values like Academy Games. I mean, there's a lot of great game companies out there now, and these are kind of a little behind the times in the way that they match up with some of those games. Here's Folio Series. Now these are nice little simple games that some of these are solo based, some of these are just real quick two-player games, but they're little mini games, and they cover a variety of topics as well, and not all tactical. Sometimes they're a little bit more operational, or even strategic in some respects in their folio games, if you're interested in that. And I like it too because they're easy to store. They come in a Ziploc bag, or I put them in one of those clear file folders and store them away. And here's an order sheet for that. Here's our game listing. Here's their big box sale. I don't know if that's still going on. It offered through, that's July of 2021, so we're past that. Here's military history maps, Father Day. So they're doing some stuff outside. It's in the military genre, but outside of gaming. Some more stuff here. The Decision Pledge Program, explaining that. I've never done that. I wonder if that's kind of like the pre-order or P500 or whatever that it's similar to. And then here's Desert Fox Games. This might be, I guess this is a different game company that maybe they offer games for them. Not really familiar with that. Don't know if this is like a consignment type thing there. I don't know. And then your order form. So that is what you get. Look at that. Here's a coffee mug. Maybe I need to get a Decisions Games coffee mug for my Coffee with Kilroy segments. Hey, do you hear that? Anybody from Decision Games, if you're hearing that, hey, drop me a line. Get some free advertising. So, well, the cost of a coffee mug. So a lot of content creators say, buy me a cup of coffee and do their support, monetary support stuff. I just ask for the cup. That's all I'm asking for, just the cup. So that's what you get. That's a Decision Games catalog. I thought I'd kind of do that since I've been doing Avalon Hill, and I'll probably go back to the Avalon Hill because I think it's nice walking down the road on those older catalogs. I might even go back to some of the Compass games. Those are a little bit more recent. And heck, I might even do these at some point just so we can see what's happened over time with these different flyers and stuff. So thank you for taking some time with me this morning. Appreciate it, or whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this in the middle of the night, thank you for staying up late and spending some time with me. Much appreciated. And enjoy your beverage.
Thanks for watching.